Hello, welcome to another video. On this video I'm going to be making or putting together a first aid kit designed for the outdoor kind of person. Maybe you're a walker, a camper, bushcrafter, survivalist, that kind of thing. I want a pocket size compact kind of first aid kit. In the past I've used this pouch which was fine, but it's bulk and a lot of the stuff in there I hardly ever used. So I want to design something, as most of you know, I wear a waistcoat, so I want to design something that can fit in a pocket of the top pocket or the breast pocket of the waistcoat. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule how to put a first aid kit together. This is just what I'm doing. This is what I feel comfortable with. And there's other things that can be added to this first aid kit, obviously in nature. So a lot of lotions and that kind of thing I'm going to leave out. So if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you'll know that I use large cutting tools like axes, large knives, saws, pen knives, that kind of thing. So I need this first aid kit to be able to deal with any injuries I might sustain from using them tools. It's blowing an absolute hoolie today, so I'm going to bring you into the shed now and let's have a look what I'm going to put into the kit. So I've got my items here. The ones in this little box here I want to keep. These ones I don't want to really put into first aid. Mainly for bulk, but if it is a hot sunny day like these two are, sun creams, if it's a hot sunny day you can slip them in your pocket. It doesn't need to be included in the first aid kit, and the same goes for insect repellents. So let's get rid of them two first. Next of all, a little tub of Vaseline. This is a VO5, it's just a little tub that I've used, but there's some Vaseline in there, and usually I've got Vaseline in my fire starting kit. But you could replace this with a Vaseline chapstick, something like that, if you wanted to. Next is scissors or surgical shears. These are just a normal pair of scissors, nice sharp ones. I usually keep a pair of scissors in with my cooking equipment, so if I needed to cut up items of clothing like a t-shirt to make a band-aid or whatever, then I have got usually a way of cutting things, but there's nothing in here that requires any scissors. So let's have a look at what I want to keep in the kit. These are gloves. Some people are allergic to latex. I think these ones are vinyl actually, so yeah, you want to keep them, especially if you're dealing with any kind of blood or anything kind of, you know, along them lines. Next of all, we've got a medium sterile dressing. It's very important that you keep these in the packets that they come in. I've got some, I think these are ibuprofen tablets. No need to carry the whole kind of blister pack with it. 4 is sufficient. You can replace things as you use them. We've got 2 non-alcohol wipes, alcohol free, you know, just for cleaning up. A little sachet of salt. Salt is really good for muscle cramps. Add to a little bit of water, drink it, you're good to go. Not necessary usually, but these are anti-diarrhea tablets. Then we've got a Medifix, which is you peel the back off and it's a self-adhesive dressing. As I said before, a large dressing for maybe cuts that you get from any tools. So that's going to kind of dictate, them 2 items are going to dictate the actual size of this first aid kit. Pair of tweezers, always useful for picking out thorns or, you know, multitude of uses. I've actually got another sterile wipe in there. Some plasters cut to size. Now, again, that's why I got rid of the scissors. You fix and make doing first aid. So I've cut some plasters and yeah, no need for scissors. Also in there is some what they're called blister dots, so blister packs. And I've also got, like I said, a sterile wipe in there as well. And I like to keep that in its own bag because that is probably the main bit of kit I would use. You know, blisters, I don't suffer with blisters very much, It's only when I'm walking for a long distance, probably 30 miles over tarmac on a flat surface, then yeah, you do get a little bit of heat build up, that kind of thing. But as a general rule, my boots and my socks are well fitted. I'm comfortable in them. You know, I can walk a long way over rough terrain with what I use. But like I say, on tarmac over a very long distance, I do suffer with blisters. And then again, you know, a few pre-cut plasters. Last of all, we've got some burn aid. This is burn gel. It's 95% water. It's got tea tree in it. So not only is it good for rubbing on the skin if you've got a small burn, you don't actually rub it in. You just put the blob on and then just skim over your skin. So it creates like a meniscus on top of your skin. You don't actually rub it in like an ointment. It contains 95% water, the rest of it is tea tree. So not only is it good for soothing scalds and burns and that kind of thing, it's also good for insect bites and that, you know, stings and that kind of thing. Always check that your products are in date as well. So that's what I'm putting into my kit. So I'm going to be using the Silvercrest vacuum sealer. I've done reviews on this product before, only because I've run out of the actual vacuum bags for it. Originally I was going to use like this bag, which is a BCB survival bag. I was going to take some plastic off that, but I've decided to go instead with I found some visqueen, which is quite thick. It may not suck all the air out, it may need a bit of assistance, but we can use this instead of the regular bags. Now if you don't have a vacuum sealer bag, you can always use a good strong Ziploc bag. So going into the outdoors, camping, wild camping, bushcrafting, that kind of thing, our arch enemy is the rain, so we need to keep our kit waterproof, especially first aid. Now I see a lot of YouTubers having these little kind of first aid little bags and that kind of thing. That's fine, and if you think that's going to keep, you know, unless it's in a dry bag or something, you're going to get water into your kit. I've experienced it myself, so I make sure everything's bomb proof. Right, so like I said earlier, I'm using the Silvercrest vacuum bag sealing machine. Now I've done videos on this in the past, like I said, and for those that don't know, it's just a bag sealer. You usually get a roll, you seal it, you cut it, and then you put the other bag, and it sucks all the air out and creates a bag. They're really handy pieces of kit to have. The buttons on the top, the first one on this particular model, the first one, it just sucks the air out. The second one is seal only, and the third one actually seals and sucks the air out. So all I need to do to create a bag is, I've just got this piece of plastic, like I said. I'm going to whack that in there. Don't break the damn thing. Right, whack that in there and just create a seal along one side. So all I do, click down and then seal. Right, so that side of the bag should be sealed. We can now neaten that up with a pair of scissors. It's like Blue Peter, this, isn't it? Right, so I've got kind of half a bag there. Now what I'm going to do now is put all my stuff inside here and then do another seal and then neaten it all up. So all I'm doing here is getting the larger stuff, larger items should I say, put them in first, then some of the thinner items, smaller items, bulky items, which is the medium-sized band-aid and the gloves, and then I'm just going to slide them in at the back, down like that. Squeeze it all up. Then what I need to do is cut it to a kind of rough size. I can always reseal, so let's cut it to kind of that size. And then let's make a seal on there. So that's sealed now. Then we can neaten that edge up. Pair of scissors again. Doesn't have to be perfect. Making sure that I don't break the seal as we go. Right, so now I can cram everything down a little bit further. Put that in. I'm going to have to just trim that edge up a little bit. Get everything down. Now, like I said, I'm not using the proper bags that you should be using, so I might have to give this a little bit of a squeeze on the next one. So next I'm going to be using this button, which is the vacuum and seal both at the same time. So I'm basically going to squeeze the air out manually just in case it doesn't take it out, and then it should seal it afterwards. Right, so there it is, the pocket size compact first aid kit. Packs a lot of punch as well. Obviously, with the right knowledge, you can use plants, spraggan mosses, sycamore. There's hundreds of different medicinal plants out there that you can use if you can get your hands on them, as well as your first aid kit. Like I say, items of clothing, that kind of thing. You know, first aid is your first kind of call to dealing with the problem. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do consider subscribing to the channel. You can either click the my little logo down there, the orange deer, or click subscribe in the YouTube video. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down, leave some comments, all the rest. Like I said, this isn't a kind of, you know, copy Andy kind of video. It's just what I have thought of and put together for my needs. So yeah, leave me some comments about your first aid kits. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.